Why was this bill so important, Senator Bolkcom, that you think there should be a special session on it?
Well, it had overwhelming bipartisan support, and it supports all the sick people, the vulnerable people in Iowa who have these chronic conditions that would benefit by having access to a stronger form of medical cannabis. The votes were overwhelming in both the House and the Senate in a big bipartisan way. And I just think the governor made a mistake. And we're all prone to make mistakes. And a special session, we could come over and fix the law and provide relief for so many suffering people that have really pretty much begged us to help them.
It's really interesting, Senator Bolkcom, from an outsider's perspective, because the legislature, it seems to me like the big argument here that the governor is making is that the THC levels approved by the legislature too high, and her board recommended lower levels. Where's the disconnect here between policymakers talking this over on the THC level and the board members who oversee medical cannabis in Iowa recommending a different level? Where's the argument here, Senator Bolkcom? Where's the problem?
Well, there's 33 states, Jeff, that have medical cannabis programs with multiple conditions, and we are the only state in the country that limits the ability of our patients to get full benefit of THC. We have what you would consider we're a low THC state. And the recommendation that was approved by 96 members of the House and 40 members of the Senate would make a slight improvement to our current low THC program, but not even come close to what's available to a couple 100 million Americans in those 30 plus other states. I think actually the Medical Cannabidiol Board got it wrong. Their recommendation would effectively reduce the potency of our current medicine that is available to patients, and more than half of the patients that are currently on the program would actually see their doses of medicine decrease, and as a result have essentially no therapeutic benefit if we were to follow the recommendation of the board. So I think the board, well-intentioned, is misguided on this, and unfortunately the governor's taking her advice from them, and so here we are. I think if you talk to the manufacturer and the dispensaries in Iowa and their patients, they need a higher dose of THC in their medicine. THC for somebody that's dying with cancer is medicine, and it's something that we should provide to them, as opposed to having this ongoing debate about, nobody's going to get high and this is a path to recreational marijuana. That's just not the case. About 60% of the patients that are currently in the program get medicine through the program to deal with chronic, severe, and untreatable pain. And I think that we should help those folks. Today, they're really forced to take opioids and take powerful, addictive, dangerous drugs. And we know that cannabis is got its risks, but it's far less risky, far less addictive than the opioids that these folks are. That's their only other alternative.
That is a strange aspect of the debate, Senator Bolkcom. We debate over the THC content of, say, the pills that people are taking. And I did talk last hour to Lucas Nelson from Med Farm, Iowa, talking about the dispensing of it. And he said, Jeff, if our patients could afford it, they could buy unlimited pills right now with THC levels in it. So it seems like that argument doesn't wash, but it does seem, Senator Bolkcom, and you and I have talked about this before, that the main argument is somehow folks are going to get a hold of this THC for recreational purposes and get high, and boom, we've got recreational marijuana through the back door in Iowa. Is that the main challenge you're facing here?
Well, the way the current program runs is that you can easily go out and buy marijuana on the street. It's going to be cheaper and more potent than what you can buy at one of the 5 dispensaries today. So no one's going to go to one of these dispensaries because the average cost is about $150 a month for a patient, and it just doesn't make sense in that regard. I think we need to get focused back on taking care of sick, vulnerable people and put them at the focal point of this policy. And if we do that, I think we can get to a place where we can provide medicine that's effective and medicine, frankly, that's within people's budget. That $143 a month on average, all out of pocket, no insurance. It's just beyond a lot of folks' ability to afford it. The other thing I'd say is that we have 22 counties where we have as many as 0 patients up to 5 patients. And those are all rural counties in Iowa where we know people have cancer, we know people have Crohn's disease, multiple sclerosis, Parkinson's, but they don't have any access to this medicine in many places in rural Iowa. There are so many things we could do to improve this program, and this veto is just a big step in the wrong direction, and I hope that we can convince our colleagues. We had 96 members of the House join together to support this law, 40 in the Senate. A big bipartisan effort. The legislature got this right. We all make mistakes. I think the governor got some advice that wasn't sound, and we should go back and fix this. Telling people to wait and we'll come back in January and fix it. We're talking 13 months, 12 months from now before anything will happen. If the legislature comes back next January, we'll take the whole session. Whatever we do will be done in July 1st implementation. It's just not fair to people that suffer from these chronic conditions to once again, after this is our 5th year working on this, to be told to wait some more. There were about 40 patients at our press conference this morning, people I've seen time and time again at the State House, and they are in tears in some cases about where we are with this.
Senator Joel Bolkcom of Iowa City calling for a special session to override the governor's veto of the expansion of the medical cannabis program in Iowa. Senator Bolkcom, I know you got a busy night, but you took the time to talk to me. Thanks very, very much. I appreciate your viewpoint.
Jeff, appreciate it. Thanks for your interest in this issue and keeping your listeners informed about what's going on.
You bet.